What if someone tells you good news in English, and all you say is nice? It is not wrong, but sometimes it feels too small, too flat, too quiet for a happy moment. Because when something good happens, people want to feel your energy too. So today, we are going to make that easier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with Sam and Lily.
This is the place where we help you speak English in a way that feels real, useful, and human.
Hi, Sam. I had a happy conversation today, but afterward, I kept thinking about my answer.
Oh, really? What happened?
A friend sent me a message this morning. She wrote, "I got the job," and I replied, "Nice."
Ah, yes, that word. Very common, very short, and sometimes not enough.
Exactly. I was happy for her, really happy, but my English reply sounded much smaller than my real feeling.
Yes, that is such a real problem for learners. Sometimes the feeling inside is big, but the English outside is tiny.
And that is our topic today, how to react to good news naturally in English. Not fake excitement, not dramatic movie English, real, warm, happy English for real life.
And before we continue, if you enjoy these kinds of real-life English conversations, please like the video.
And subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily for more easy English podcast episodes.
And if you know someone who wants to sound more natural in English, share this episode with them.
Okay, let's start with something important. Not all good news is big good news.
Yes, some good news is small, light, every day. Still good, but small. Like, I found my keys. My package finally arrived. My train was on time. I finished work early. I actually slept well last night.
And when the good news is small, your English reaction can stay light and relaxed. You can say things like, "Oh, nice. That's good. Finally. That's great. Well, that's good. Love that."
Let's do a tiny scene. If I say, I found my wallet, you could say, oh, nice, that's a relief.
Yes, that sounds very natural, warm but not too big.
Or if you say, my parcel finally came today, I might say, oh good, finally.
That is the first big idea today. Small good news usually needs a light positive reaction.
Yes, not every happy moment needs huge excitement.
This happens in daily life all the time. Someone says, "My internet is working again," or "I finally cleaned my room," or "I got home early for once," and your job is simply to match that small happy feeling.
Exactly. Good reaction English is about matching energy.
Now let's move one step higher, bigger good news, the kind that needs more energy.
Things like, I passed the exam. I got the job. I got accepted. I'm moving into my new apartment. I got promoted. I'm engaged.
In those situations, your English usually becomes brighter and bigger. You can say things like, "No way, that's amazing. That's such good news. I'm so happy for you. That's fantastic. Oh, wow, congratulations. That's incredible."
Let's imagine you tell me, I passed my exam. A flat reaction might be, good. But a much better reaction is, oh wow, that's amazing, congratulations.
Yes, that sounds more alive, more human.
That is the second big idea today. Bigger good news usually needs bigger energy.
Think about how strange it would feel if someone said, "I got the job," and the answer was just, "Nice." That's not wrong, but it feels too small for the moment.
Yes, good news needs room. Your English reaction should open that room.
Now, let's talk about the core pattern for this whole episode. React, celebrate, ask.
Yes, this is the pattern I really want listeners to remember. When someone shares good news, the conversation often sounds most natural like this. First, react. Then, celebrate. Then, ask.
For example, "I got the job." React, "No way." Celebrate, "That's amazing. Congratulations." Ask, "When do you start?"
Or, I passed my driving test. React, oh wow. Celebrate, that's fantastic. Ask, how do you feel?
That flow sounds so natural because it follows the emotion of the moment. The question doesn't come too early. First, you enjoy the good news with them, then you ask.
A weaker version might jump too quickly to the question. For example, I got accepted. And the answer is, when do you start? That question is fine, but something is missing. The happy reaction is missing.
Yes, in good news English, the question should not steal the celebration.
Let's do a quick practice. You give me good news. I'll use the full pattern.
I finally found a new apartment.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. When do you move in?
I got my visa approved.
No way. That's such good news. Congratulations. How did you find out?
Yes, that feels right. Bright first, curious after.
I think this is a good moment to say something important. You do not need huge emotional English. You do not need to perform. You do not need to sound fake.
You just need brighter English, warmer English, more alive English.
Simple English can still sound very happy.
Now let's talk about the problem. Flat reactions. The reactions that are not wrong, but still feel weak.
Things like nice, good, okay, that's good.
Again, these are not wrong, but when the news is exciting, they often feel too small.
So we can lift them a little. For example, nice becomes, oh nice, that's great. Good becomes, that's such good news. Okay becomes, oh wow, congratulations. That's good becomes, that's amazing, good for you.
One extra phrase makes a huge difference. That is another key lesson in this episode.
Let's compare very quickly. You say, I got promoted. Flat version, nice. Better version, oh wow, that's fantastic, congratulations.
Yes, the second one sounds like a real person sharing your happiness.
Now let's keep the conversation moving, because good reactions do not end at the first sentence.
Yes, after the reaction, you often want one good follow-up question. The key is the question should fit the happy moment.
Questions like, when do you start? How did you find out? How do you feel? What are you going to do next? Have you told your family yet? Was it a surprise?
If someone says, I got accepted into the course, a natural response might be, oh wow, congratulations. How did you find out?
If someone says, I'm moving next month, you could say, that's so exciting. When do you move in?
If someone says, I finally finished that project, you could respond with, oh nice, that's great. How does it feel?
Those questions keep the happy energy moving. They do not kill it, they build on it.
Now let's make it practical across different places, because good news shows up everywhere.
At work, someone might say, I finally finished that project. A natural response could be, oh nice, that's great, you must feel relieved.
In class, someone might say, I passed the exam. And you could say, oh wow, congratulations, that's amazing.
With a friend, you might hear, I'm moving into my new apartment next week. And a good response is, no way, that's so exciting. Have you started packing yet?
In everyday life, someone might say, my lost bag turned up. And you can respond with, oh good, finally, that's such a relief.
Different place, same pattern. React, celebrate, ask.
Okay, now let's do one full scene twice. First, flat reaction English. Then, natural, happy reaction English.
Let's do it.
Okay, a friend says they got accepted for a new job. Flat version first. I got the job.
Nice. When do you start?
See, the question is fine, but the happiness feels missing.
Now the natural version.
I got the job.
No way, that's amazing. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. When do you start?
Next month. I still can't believe it.
That's incredible. Have you told your family yet?
That feels much better. Brighter, warmer, more real.
Let's do one more. A coworker says they finally finished something difficult. Flat version first.
I finally finished that report.
Good.
Yes, too small again.
Natural version? Oh nice, that's great. You must feel relieved.
I really do. It took forever.
And now the conversation feels human.
So what have we really learned today?
We learned that small good news needs light, positive reactions.
We learned that bigger good news usually needs bigger energy.
We learned the natural pattern react, celebrate, ask.
We learned that flat reactions can sound too small for happy moments.
We learned that one extra phrase makes a big difference.
And we learned that simple English can still sound warm, bright, and excited.
Yes, when something good happens, your English does not need to be perfect.
It just needs to feel alive. It just needs to feel happy with the other person.
You do not need perfect English to sound happy for someone. You just need bright, warm, real English.
And now we want to hear from you.
And we want to hear from you.
Which reaction phrase from today do you want to use this week?
Or tell us, what is harder for you, sounding excited or knowing what to ask after good news?
We love reading your comments, and it's a great way to practice real English.
And if this episode helped you, share it with one friend today.
And don't forget to subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily if you're new here.
Thank you so much for listening today. We believe in you. Keep practicing. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.